Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Lucid and we're back with Late Age Rlyeh. This will be a twofer, maybe a threefer. We are starting off with what I believe is turn 25. Turn 25. And we're getting ready to attack Oceania. We are. So, yeah. We started off with a pretty cool thing. Last episode, we'd done a bunch of testing because I wanted to see what the odds were of us killing the god versus running away. I didn't think we were likely to die. But anyway, we'll see what happens. There might be a message from Oceania, too. We'll take a look. It's PD captain, and then this is the dude doing skeletal body. Now, we did hit it with Spirit Curse, so it is now cursed. We can self Breath of Winter, Bark Skin, personal regen. Now, one of the things that sucks is we're murdering her, but as she's getting low, like, we haven't routed the PD yet. I didn't think about the fact that it was Horse Tribe, because normally the PD will run for it. He's on attack closest. So normally the PD would have run forward, and they would be like right here, and he'd be hitting him, and then they would run, and then he would fight her. But because it's Horse Tribe, they're like fighting on the same spot. So that kind of sucks. And now she's basically almost dead. She's diseased. Great. And now we've hit her again, and she got a bunch of afflictions at them. She got weakened and chest wound. Chest wound's really good, but she has 27 HP, but sadly, he does not go for the kill. He's going to go over here and finish these guys off. So she survives, which kind of sucks. It's not a huge deal. Let's read the message from Oceania. Pretending I'm weak, friend, you have no idea. If you do a video in this series, you can call this episode Oceania Wasn't Kidding. Okay, I need to do it. If I haven't titled this video Oceania Wasn't Kidding, because there's a chance I forget, ping me and we'll retitle it. But yeah, so the god was there. We chased it off. It did not die, so that's kind of good for him compared to how it could have been. And we've got a few more battles here. This one we just hit PD. I'll just show you what the army looks like rolling out. This is a pretty scary army for turn 25. I mean, it's not like all our forces or anything, but this is a big fucking scary army. So that's what we've got rolling in. Over here, we raid. We'll do the battle reports. Oh, that's a cool battle in Caelum. We'll go watch it in a second. So there's a few battles. We raid. Wait, where was this other one? Oh, the other one was actually him attacking into us. And here's the thing, guys. I knew I needed more PD here. I knew I needed, because these guys are actually okay. They're size 3. In darkness, they're pretty decent. Out of darkness, they're hot piles of steaming garbage. But in darkness, they're actually okay versus these minotaurs. But I knew I needed like 35. I didn't test it or anything. I just knew. But then I was going to have to turn off like recruitment, and I didn't want to do that. And so I ended up doing the worst thing possible, which is I committed a bunch of stuff, and I did it in the middle. And basically, we kill. We'll just watch. If we had 35, I think we would have won 35 PD, which I had, and then I ended up, like I was saying, I pulled it down. So we killed 10 dudes. Probably the coolest part of this turn is actually not my stuff. It's actually this battle here with Caelum and Asphodel. They've been fighting for a while. And fortunately, we got to see the battle. This is on top of old Caelum's cap. Or, I'm sorry, new Caelum's cap. So like late age Caelum. Shield of Rlyeh. Summoning some lesser air elementals. One of the cool things about Asphodel in DE, which is honestly, it's the change I want most for them, is for these things to not be lifeless. Because you can't, there's a lot of buffs you can't do. They're kind of shitty chassis, but if they weren't lifeless, they would be a lot better. I think this honestly is something I would love to have rolled into vanilla. Absolutely love. It also makes the Bless more versatile. There's a bunch of things that would just be a lot better if they did this from DE. This is the one thing. There's a bunch of things like the other parts they did in DE to change the nation are fine and whatever. I actually think that the vanilla Asphodel is cool, like with low Dominion. But this would be real nice if these weren't pure undead. I don't know if they need sloth power, but pure undead would be fine. It's the one change I want. I still owe you guys Well, I don't know. It'll probably come up by this time, but if it doesn't, remind me. I do owe you guys like a bit of a single-player playthrough of Asphodel. And I'll show you how the multiplayer game is. Like, I'll pull up the final turn if I haven't done it already. So yeah, so there's a bunch of tiny little air elementals, which are reasonably effective. And these things don't do shit against the tiny air elementals. This is all fatigue damage. The claw's not ever going to hit them. These Black Centaur, if we take a look at their bless, they've got poison resistance, fire resistance, cold resistance, no shock resistance. Regen, heat aura, chill aura. So these are basically like aura totems that are running around with regen. So it's kind of cool. I don't know if I love it, but it's kind of cool. He's got these centaur archers back here. What are these things? Overgrown statue? The fuck? I guess that's a thing. Cold bolt's coming in, very effective. I think that's what's doing it again. There's something here that's causing fair amounts of damage. That did it. Blade was very effective there. Caelum's getting very close to the HP up threshold. I think far closer than Asphodel. Because these guys are only 1 HP. And yeah, a bunch of... Yeah, okay. And then they run. So if we look at it, Caelum lost, but they didn't lose most of their mages, and that's what's important. And they beat back the, they got rid of most of the chaff. They didn't kill a ton of Black Centaur. That's kind of the shitty part. And they actually, they killed some of, they didn't kill any of the Asphodel mages, which you kind of think they might have with the air elementals, but anyway, yeah, Asphodel is kind of whooping their ass. And honestly, I think this is a Caelum favored matchup. I have no idea how their expansion went or anything like that exactly, but I think this is a Caelum favored matchup. Just being able to jump in the back, kill all their commanders, or just the ability to concentrate force. The one thing Caelum does not really like this early fighting into free spawn nations, because you do want to bring a numbers advantage. But if you play correctly on the strategic map, you should be able to like either outraid or, like force concentrate. That is until Asphodel thugs come online. Asphodel thugs can cause real problems for Caelum. Like, huge problems. The thing with thugging against Caelum, though, is at some point you get size 6 air elementals, which are going to do okay against the Asphodel thugs. Enough air elementals will kill them. And the other thing is you can potentially hit them before they finish their buff cycle, so they only get off like 2 buffs, which may or may not be enough. Anyway. And I'm not sure. I might be wrong about the matchup. I think it should be Caelum favored. But anyway, Asphodel's whooping their butt. We saw this battle. We get attacked, or we attack the Shark Tribe here. Lose 2 Slave Guardian. Oh, this is the Triton. Okay, this is why I couldn't find it. Yeah, this was this province down here we took. That was taking it back from the Indies. And over here, we've only got one more expansion here on Valanus before we are fully connected up. But as we're collected up, you can see that our connected up, you can see we have this fortress, we're upgrading it. I want to build a temple here, but I'm poor. Well, kind of poor. I'm probably one of the richer players in the game. Not as rich as Arethea, but I'm pretty rich. And yeah, Fall of Sorrow looks kind of boring. Like, Ulm is here, I don't know exactly why, but like there's still Indies here, which I don't understand. Like, if you're on Fall of Sorrow, how are there Indies on turn 25? There's a chance we may need to come eat people on the Fall of Sorrow. So we'll have to see. But it would be a really cool moon base to have. Okay, so anyway, all the distractions, let's go talk about what it means for the most important thing, which is the war with Oceania. So their god, we have the Throne of Might. Their god retreated from this battle on the Throne of Might, where Bubbles is, and they retreated up to this province. Now, this means they have 2 moves. They can either, well, they have more than that. They can move here, or here, right? And I haven't explored up here. They could possibly have forts up here. But I think the likely move for the god is to come here. And the likely move for my army is to jump on top of his cap. The good thing is he can't use his god in his cap. And I don't really want to have to fight his god and his army. I mean, if we killed the army, we'd HP route the god. And there's a decent chance our army would kill it, but I don't know. What I really don't want to do is, and this is kind of like what I've been thinking about, is I don't want it to get items. If he gets a full kit of items on there, You know, he could put like a moonblade on it and it could kill my god. There's a bunch of things that would be really annoying. And like armor and all of that. He could... This guy will regen enough that in friendly dominion, like in his capital, if he gets a full set of armor, and especially if he gets a weapon to deal with my god like moonblade, he could be a major, major problem. That said, you know, just having armor won't save him from the god, but having the weapon to potentially kill my god, you know, that could be the decider. So what we're doing, we're moving my god here, and we're actually doing Power the Void, right? So this is the hell power thing that we're going to do. And we're going to do it mostly for the bonus strength, though the attack and defense will be nice also. The idea is we're going to be fighting in potentially much higher enemy dominion. This is probably going to be like 5 or 6. So it's going to be harder to kill the god if it's here, which I think is the likely move. And if it's harder to kill, we don't want to time out the battle. So we're going to come in swinging. And I just want to keep it moving. Like, I don't want the god to be able to like walk here and then maybe like he could move the god here and then have a scout come from his capital with gear he's gotten and then fill it back up. But if I hit it and I make the god retreat, that's not going to happen. So that's kind of what we're thinking. This guy's, he only has like 1 or 2 forts. His research isn't going to be good. He's not going to have big elementals. He's not going to have foul vapors. And so really, I just have to worry about killing some mages and some maybe a PD dump and some centaur. None of that is going to matter when this army rolls in. None of that. They're not going to care. If they do baby elementals, my army's not going to care. The centaur are going to get stomped. Not the centaur. The minotaur are going to get stomped. There's the PD dump. Nobody cares. Nothing is going to matter. This army's going to just raffle stomp this. This is a little bit annoying over here with these Minotaur. They are potentially going to go here or here. And I've decided I don't have enough to defend both, really. I mean, I could maybe move more stuff off my capital. Well, I am actually moving these guys to take this back. But, you know, I could like maybe move the capital stuff over here. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to just defend this fort. We bumped it up to 33. We're not going to make the same mistake again of doing a tiny-ass PD dump. And we're going to bring these guys to kind of patrol. So we've got a few guys patrolling. Hopefully he comes on top of this and we catch him in like a little trap. These centaur are going to murder 10 PD though. We got attacked by barbs here, which sucks. They killed my hybrid cultist too. Should have scripted him to retreat. In terms of research, we're getting very close to Conjuration 4. And Conjuration 4 actually has a goodie for us. It has, if I can find it. Oh yeah, create floating eye. And this is going to help us with all our unrest. We basically set this dude to patrol, and he's going to keep unrest down in all of our forts. So that's a thing. And of course, we're getting close. We actually also have Reaping of Souls, which potentially, you know, could be pretty nice. Because I have a ton of Astral. You can't cast this underwater, but I could put this maybe like one of my land forts. What's the range on it? Oh, he didn't increase the cost of it. I told Boz to increase the cost. This is too cheap. Oh well, we get natural astral death, so we can spam this out. The thing is, if you're playing a Blood Nation, this is really, 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 really good. It's way easier to cast than... Anyway, god damn it, Boz. Did not fix it. This is too cheap. Well, we really have to get blood going, because if this is cheap and we have natural... if we have native astral death, native astral is nastral. If we have native astral death, this is going to be phenomenal to spam out. So... But we need the prerequisite for this is having corpses. And the best way I know to get corpses is you can look for where big enemy battles happen. But the easiest way, the most sustainable way, is just blood hunting. So if you're not pop kill, we could also maybe even spam this in some of the pop kill areas. So we'll have to see how that goes. But this is honestly so broken how it is right now. Only 2 gems. It should at least be 3. And you say it doesn't matter, but it's so cheap now that you can... I think it makes sense as a spell to like maybe convert pearls to death gems. I'm like, okay, it's like a reverse alchemy, but you gain something from it, kind of like it's more efficient. It's fine, but you can actually like make pearls off this, because you can get, not that hard to get 6 death gems, which you can convert back into 3 pearls. So anyway, it's a little bit of a perpetual motion machine there, like just generates free energy. So yeah, that's what's happening over here. Gartha is successfully attacking Krieg. I'm trying to think what else is going on in the world. Yeah, we've talked about the Caelum stuff. Jotunheim is walloping on Baratos. I should probably ask Baratos if they need help, if for no other reason, so that they'll be thinking of me when they're doing their gift basket. Or death basket. I'm just kidding. Okay, building a fortress, preach. We've got temple here. So we got a lot of forts. Our RP is pretty good too. We're at 470 a turn. We will see what we are next turn, because we're going to go ahead and jump up to it. Turn 26. I think this turn I do have loaded in. Yeah, I think I do have turn 26. I might have changed it from where I saved it, but turn 27 I think I don't actually have on this computer. So we're going to have to talk about what my moves are, because it's only going to be the move. So, okay, we got a Thistle Mace. I had sent 40 nature gems to Arethyia to make me Thistle Maces, because I didn't want to go construction 4 this early, but I wanted to have Thistle Maces to spam Haru specs. This was the last one coming in. We got death gems. Okay, we got death gems from Lanka. I think we traded him earth is what he wanted, so we sent him a bunch of earth and we got death. This is great because we can spam out. We don't actually need earth gems to site search, but we need death gems to site search, because we're going to do our earth site searching with water once we get a Voice of Tiamat. Message from Oceania. No fair, I don't have gear, mostly due to my terrible research. Oh, poor guy. Dark Knowledge. We found a field of undead clams, and that is an astral and a death gem per turn. Very nice. Harspecs didn't find anything. Harspecs didn't find anything. Then we found a site here, Rockclad Colony, which is a 1 earth site, which is nice. So this is now a 3 earth site. Very good. Or 3 earth province. And that's it for the site searching. But we found, I mean, that was a good haul this turn. If you look at it, we got, 2 gems and then 3. So we got 3 more gems this turn, plus all the stuff we're going to get from the raiding war. So the real question this turn is, did we find his god? And sadly, the answer is no. He also does not march this Minotaur squad into my trap, which makes me very sad. So he murders all this stuff. They're actually, it's a reasonably, I mean, I don't know if efficient is the right word, because it's a fair amount of gold. These guys are not cheap. But, they don't take a ton of losses. Okay, next up, we are raiding these dudes. I think these are darn indies. Yep, I'm going to be taking that. Thank you. More indies here. These were the guys near my capital. It's the Throne of War. We got a bunch of indie attacks. That's actually the throne we just took. Oceania activated it, and it's making everybody get attacked by goddamn indies everywhere. People are going to be really excited when I claim it again. I think that may trigger it. I'm not 100% sure. Yoink. And then this is our god running in. And because there's not much PD, fortunately he doesn't do Power of the Void. I'm actually... Sablecat, the guy I've been talking with, he's my co-pilot kind of. I mean, I'm doing all the turns, but he's looking at them, and it's actually really fun to have people to talk with about your turn that are like on your team, because normally when you're talking with people, it's like people that are very suspicious of you. So it's fun having somebody to talk to that, is on your team. But yeah, I was telling him, like, I don't want him getting harm marked. The thing is once he starts getting harm marked, then every time I do Power of the Void thereafter, it's much more likely the horrors are going to go on him. And the thing is, we're not going to be using him as a super combatant that often, I don't think. Oh, we might. But against player armies. Because later in the game, he's going to shift to be more of a caster rather than like an in-combat super combatant. So I kind of don't want him getting harm marked to shit. So anyway, we'll see. If he does, he would do... not great, but maybe okay against Tars. The thing is, these tentacles aren't magic attacks, so he wouldn't love that. We'd probably have to, if he gets really harm marked, I'd probably have to change his kit out some. Anyway. But fortunately, he does not cast Power of the Sphere. Power of the Void. They've routed. And they're in deep shit. Take out some Miros. This is our attack onto Oceania proper. their cap. And we switched up our formation a little bit. I wanted to have these guys out in the front, these othernesses, to potentially get a good, like a good flank off. We have them on attack rear. Because the only thing he could do was PD dump, and these guys would be pretty good at sniping a commander. His god couldn't make it. If his god could make it, we would do a different setup. All right, so this was his capital. Basically, there's nothing here. We didn't lose anything. And then, so his army's inside the capital. And then we have this, where we kill some Kalulu. I think this is up north. Yeah, right here. And then there's a battle in New Caelum where they're going to try to storm it. But there's a lot of mages in here. The good thing is they can kind of bust their way right through this choke point because they're fast. But there's a lot of lightning bolts coming down. These guys do not have shock resistance. And they've made a fair amount of phantasmal warriors. And there's just a ton of mage evocation coming down. They haven't killed everybody on the wall yet. They're trying to. This black centaur now routed. And it's about to be a general rout. Yeah, these guys are not very healthy. Whoops. Okay. Yeah. So Caelum actually holds their capital, which is kind of cool. I've talked to Caelum too. We had a nap, which I'm doing with land neighbors that I intend to be friendly with, which is most all of them. And I basically asked if I could start vulturing his stuff, because he's clearly screwed now. But I was like, good job holding out, buddy, or doing damage. So he made him pay, he wasn't a pushover. He made Asphodel pay the price. But he's basically screwed now. So we're actually, and I've been preparing this the turn before, we're actually taking this squad here. We're going to move on top of this fort. There's a chance that Raga gets excited and wants to come over here and take this, in which case I guess we'll deal with that. But ideally we take this fort, and once we're done, we might even get this too. This would be kind of nice. What we're doing this turn actually with our god. So, yeah, well, let's look at the events. Did we do the events? Yeah, I clicked them. There's not anything super interesting. So, the god, where's the god? The god is not here. It didn't come here. That leaves only one option. It can only be up here. So the god was on like pure run mode. It did not want to fight my god. And it probably knew that I knew that he would move here. And since he knew that I knew that he was going to move here, he decided not to. It's classic Dominions. Found an ancient temple here too. Really nice. So we could try to guess where their god's going to go. It's probably going to go here or here. I don't know what he has here. He could have a fort or just a lab. He could have gotten items in. He could now have his god kitted up. And I'm going to show his god respect by not being an idiot and charging in and just dying to like a moon. His god's name is Bitch Tits. And not dying to like a Moonblade Bitch Tits. So we're just that. We don't really need our god to do much. We're just going to peace out. We're going to send our god over here and pick up this Night Province. There's a chance. Airmore got a bunch of dudes here from an event. And so there's a chance that he wants to come up here and fight me. But so far he's just sitting here pillaging this, which I guess fine. Anyway, we're going to send our god here to kill these heavy cav. It's just a really nice province. And I certainly wouldn't mind having a few land provinces here on God's Glory. We're going to be sending, speaking while we're on God's Glory, we're going to be sending in these dudes against these Tritons. Tritons suck, so we should be okay. We don't have a lot of Mind Blasters, but I think it's fine. This one is going to be a bit spicy with like 45 to 50 Kalulu. I don't know what we're going to do about that. This fort here, getting very close, 2 months left. So this mage site search didn't find anything. He's going to move here, build a lab, site search. But yeah, that's God's Glory. So let's finish what we're doing on Doom of Aslan. So my god, piecing out, we're going to show him some respect. We're going to let him kind of make his play, see what happens. We've cracked his cap though, so we're going to have a battle inside. That's the main thing. The thing is, for a fort battle like this, we don't actually need all my army, because we're going to have to be fighting in the gate. If he rides out, I'm not scared of it at all. So we're actually going to split up, and we're going to have this guy come over here and raid. I don't want to raid over here because I might run into his god, and I'm not sure these guys would be able to kill his god. It would be like kind of close, but if their god has armor, he would not be able to kill them in this much friendly dominion. So anyway, we're going to be doing like a safe move. We're going to be coming over here and raiding. And then the guys we have left in the cap are going to be storming. And I've switched up the formation. Basically, I've put these guys on attack rear in the front. There's a few reasons for this. One is I want to, if I can, like clear the gate. So these othernesses are going to go through and trample, and ideally, they are going to just plow through and make a big hole for the rest of the army to run behind. These guys also are just extremely beefy boys with having resistances and regen. They're pretty good guys. If I have people get stuck in the gate, these guys will be good to get stuck in there. And then behind them, we're just going to have the meteorite guards. Some of these are going to be on attack rear, which will make them go after the enemy mages. And some are going to be on attack closest, and they'll go climb up the fort walls. I like doing that. This is like a small detail that can make a pretty big difference. Having the front line on attack rear, that means they're going to push through, try to clear the gate, and get all the way to the back. That's like first priority, getting to the enemy mages. Second priority, though, rather than just like stumbling in behind these guys and just waiting in line basically and not doing anything, have these guys go ahead and clear the wall out. So I think it's pretty reasonable. Like I kind of like doing it this way. The smaller othernesses, we're going to have them behind. They're going to be on attack rear. They will also probably be able to trample everything. They're size 4, so they should be able to trample like Centaur or Minotaur stuff. So anyway, that's basically that. These guys we actually put behind. And they're kind of fragile. They'll tend to die. These guys might be good in the gap because they're very killy, but I kind of don't think that's a great place for them. They also kind of get, I don't know. They don't have regen or anything. They have life drain. Yeah, I don't know. These guys are really cool, but I don't think we're going to play that game. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it for this turn. Or for this part of this turn. There's probably like a ton of details I could talk about for like weird little things we're doing. Like all the mages that are coming up and the research. Because I'm sitting here like obsessing about all the little details. But I don't know if we're going to talk about that right now. We'll probably do that. I'm probably going to call the episode soon. And the next episode will be my current turn, which is turn 27, I think. Oh, wait, no, am I on turn... We might be on turn 28. So it might be a twofer next episode. Yeah, it is a twofer. So I think that's how we'll do it. We'll finish up this one, though. So for this one, we're going to bring this squad in. And then from here, these guys are going to come down and finish up Fall of Sorrow. There's also been interesting developments over here. You can see Femoria is sitting on top of Early Age Atlantis' fort. This Early Age Atlantis has been very passive in all the games. Pretty friendly. Like, very friendly player, but does not expand too aggressively. And then this game, also in last game, did not do much Diplo that I was aware of. And I was near him, because I spawned over here last game, and he was here again, so he spawned in the same spot. But yeah, so this is really weird. This actually is kind of like a bug with the map. I have no idea who put this in. But this cap connects to a star, which is really weird. Early Age Rlyeh had like a 200-person army here and was like, surprise, motherfucker, and took his cap. Which, first of all, I think if you're Early Age Atlantis and you figure this out, like you spawn here, oh, okay, I spawned here. Taking this outpost is like a major fucking priority, just so stuff like this doesn't happen. But yeah, I think he's in trouble. I don't think he has, because I know Maryland is playing Late Age Atlantis, and he spawned right here, maybe? Or here? One of these spots. And we can already see Aretha has a fort here. Like, this is Atlantis. Like, how does Aretha have a fort here? There's no way in God's green earth this should have happened. Now, he might have taken this fort from... Wait, where does this connect to? Oh, this throne. He might have taken this, because that is the other facet of this, is Aretha is attacking Agartha. We also had new spill. Aretha, I think it was this turn. Maybe it comes out next turn. I think it was next turn. But Aretha is about to be Conjuration 5, which, okay, he's ahead of me. Construction 6. Holy shit. He has at least 2x my research. He's probably at over 1,000 a turn right now. It's a major problem. In many ways, on all the graphs, I'm going to be position 1, I think. But in terms of income and research, I think when you look at... Like, his income's not going to show up because it's all done through spells. But his income would be significantly higher than mine. Research is going to be way higher than mine. And I'm going to be one of the top dogs for research right now, I think. I'm not like the top, but I'll be like top 5. Anyway. This is interesting. Who are these people? I don't know what this flag is. Oh, Nuala. Oh, these are like the frost giant-y people, I think. Okay, so I mean, that's basically what's happening. Oh, I guess news over here. Vanheim has sold this fort to Vedheim, and he's currently, with the assistance of Tartary, is fighting Alkera. You can see these used to be Alkera provinces, but he's fighting them. I don't know where their capital is. Somewhere over here. But that's happening on this world. And yeah, this is a 2v1 with both of the Heims going after... Well, I guess they're... One, Utgard and Jotunheim going after Baratos. So yeah, I think we're going to call it there. I'm kind of repeating myself. I will see you guys next time. Take care.